Good morning. Hi, Lindy. I see you're already on. Happy Wednesday. It's our middle of the week. I'm going to turn this a little. There we go. And I am happy to be here this morning. There we go. Happy to be here this morning to share with you guys our Lee Healthcare Heroes self-care moment. And my name's Nicole Traum, so I'm really excited to share with you today. I wanted to give a special shout out to the Employment Center because they've been watching, and some of them reached out to me on Facebook and said they were listening yesterday and they love that story about the butterfly. So if you didn't see that, you can go back and watch yesterday's. It's a really cute little story I told about the life cycle of a butterfly and how it applies to us. But today, we're going to continue on with that theme of softening our outer body. And I think it's important to kind of think about these things more than once in a week. It's something that, especially as we're kind of moving through, again, this morning I got up and I kind of have my schedule. I get up, I come and meditate, I go outside, I go for this run. It starts to become, I start to become a little complacent. I think a lot of us might even be feeling that at this point, that you might feel like it's a bit of a copy and paste kind of situation with life. And that's when we realize we have to soften a little bit more. And softening doesn't have to even just mean physically, right? But softening to the experience that we're having right now. So we're gonna start with a little bit of breath this morning. So you can sit up nice and tall and lengthen up through the back of your head, through your seat. So press down through your seat as you lift yourself up. I hate being that person that does that, but there we go. And then just start to roll your shoulders back. Let yourself notice where you're just kind of like pushing through. So if you are working at a desk, right, you're probably doing something more like this where you're feeling yourself. You might even notice like your shoulders are tight, your back is tight. So just sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders back. Maybe if you're standing all day, even just that act of when you do sit down, your whole body just wants to collapse. So give yourself that, but then also find a way to take a few moments to just really sit and lengthen and get into that good feeling of your body and your breath. So as you sit tall this morning, just start to roll the shoulders back. You can turn your head a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, giving yourself some time to start to soften. And maybe you're watching this morning, maybe you're watching this later in the day. Hi, Jen, how are you? Give you guys a shout out this morning. And just allow yourself to kind of feel whatever you've got going on. It is really easy right now to kind of get into what can I do to just get through this? And the thing is that, we do have to continue to get through it. So how can we be more mindful? So allow yourself that breath, allow yourself the moments to pause here, to sit up and feel your body. Breathing a little bit deeper. As you breathe, feel yourself filling up with breath, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest, and then with your exhale, you can start to empty that back out. Inhaling and exhaling. A few more rounds. Inhaling fully and exhaling fully. Notice what starts to shift here. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more round of breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. And then coming back and moving your head again. Maybe noticing you've got a little bit more openness in your shoulders, in your neck, in the front body as well as in the back body. And then just start to take your right arm up, and you can lean over to the left or press your hand down to the side of your chair and just start to stretch into your right side body. So press down with your right hip, feel yourself lengthen here. Take a couple deep breaths into the sides of your ribs. Create a little space, let your outer body soften a little, your skin start to soften and stretch. Take another deep breath. Good, and then come on out and bring that right arm down and stretch your left arm up, just pressing down through your left hip, your left waistline. Breathe all the way into these side ribs here, feeling yourself as you stretch, as you lengthen. We're gonna take 2 more deep breaths here. Good, and then come on out and move your head again, side to side. Take your hands, you can interlace them, press the palms out, and then just start to move side to side. So getting right behind your shoulder blades. Again, if you're sitting on the computer or maybe even on your phone, there's this thing we like to call tech neck, where you're kind of doing this a lot, right? And the fronts of the shoulders start to round, the upper back starts to round, and it can give you a headache. It can just cause you to feel like less connected to your body. And then let's come on up, and we're gonna inhale the arms up and exhale them back down. We'll do 2 more like that. Big breath in, opening up, bringing your arms in line with your ears, and then big breath out. Last one. Good, and then coming all the way out and just starting to move your fingers. You can even move your toes here. Take a big breath in as you stretch your arms up, and then exhale, just lean forward, bow forward. Inhale, stretching up, lengthening, feeling your body, and then exhaling as you come forward. Let's do 3 more like that. Just feel yourself waking up a little bit. Inhale and exhale as you come forward. The low back starts to stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, 1 more round here. So big stretch up, big bow forward, and just lean forward here and stay there. You can start to reach one hand down and then the other. You can even let your head hang down if you want. Just letting your back body start to stretch out. Let's do 2 more times here to each side. So right and left and right and left. And then slowly roll yourself on up. You can move your head, your shoulders, your neck. And we're gonna do 1 more little exercise here. So we're gonna bring our arms up, elbows at shoulder height, and just start to squeeze back. So keep squeezing those shoulders back. And then inhale to the right and exhale over to the left. So just going nice and slow. Good. Feeling yourself twisting all the way through your side body, even into the front of your hips. Here, keep squeezing those shoulders back. Let's do 2 more to each side. So turning to the right as you inhale, turning to the left as you exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then coming on out as you roll your shoulders onto your back. Let's just start to take a couple deep breaths now. Inhale and exhale. Letting yourself start to settle. Sometimes just by simply moving our body in those really nice, easy movements, then we can take a deeper breath. Then we can start to relax into our bodies a little more. So take a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. And I'm gonna share a poem with you guys today. I shared this on my Facebook, I think it was like last week. And it's by one of my favorite poets, Rumi. I found Rumi when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And Rumi is a Sufi mystic. So he's sort of mystical, a little bit magical in what he writes. And a lot of it is about love, but it's the love of reconnecting to yourself, to that deep love within. So today's poem is called The Guest House, and I had it folded over. Let's see, there it is. And I think before I read it, I just want to say that sometimes softening just means kind of going with what rises up. So letting yourself feel all the sensations, all the emotions, right? If you need to let yourself cry, if you need to let yourself really release or vent, right? We've got people around us that are here for this. And if you don't have someone, message me on here and I'll listen to you, right? I might cry with you too. But thinking about that idea of what comes into our lives, like this situation that we're going through, are really our only choice is to invite it in and to just kind of see what we can do with it. So here goes. This is Rumi, The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from above. I love that part where it just says, a joy, a depression, a meanness, and momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. I know I felt that in the last few days, in the last few weeks. You know, you just kind of open in the door and you don't know who's going to be there. So this practice of mindfulness kind of allows us to soften to that. So you can think about all these things that you've been faced with, whether they're, a heaviness, maybe it's just stress at work, maybe it's just dealing with your family, or a big one at my house is homeschooling. It's a big stress, right? And so some days you just kind of have to laugh, right? Like it says in the poem, you just be like, okay, this is how it is, right? And some days you go in your room and cry, but it's all part of that awareness and letting yourself feel. So as we turn within today, we're going to do a little guided meditation. So you can sit up nice and tall. You don't have to sit cross-legged, but sit so that your spine is tall. And if you want, you can put your feet on the floor. And just give yourself a couple moments here to start to soften, to start to turn within. And even when we close our eyes and we start to get quiet, some of those unexpected visitors come up, the crazy thoughts. Maybe even just like, what are you going to go buy at Publix this week? What is the rest of your schedule like? All these things come up. So just meet them with your breath, meet them with your openness. And then allow yourself to just start to soften a little bit more. You can feel your spine nice and tall. Allow your shoulders to move onto your back. Take a moment here to just relax your jaw. Relax the skin of your face. And feeling your shoulders moving back a little bit, start to relax the upper back and neck. Noticing your breath. You'll start to notice that nice slow inhale, the nice slow exhale. Checking back in here, relaxing your neck, relaxing your jaw, maybe a little bit of movement. And then start to think about your breath, just filling you up on the inside, emptying you out, softening the outer body with your exhale. Even begin to feel your ribs start to expand with your inhale and soften with your exhale. Just giving yourself the chance to meet whatever rises up, whatever comes up, whether it's in your body, in your breath, or in your mind. Just meeting it with an open heart, like a guest at your home. Even if you don't like them, right? Even if they make you feel uncomfortable, just let yourself be with that feeling. And start to feel your ribs now expanding. So not just the front ribs, that's kind of easy, but start to feel the sides of your ribs expanding and softening. The back of your ribs expanding and softening. And then maybe even start to feel your hips start to get heavier, releasing into your chair or the floor or wherever you are. And then from that heaviness, as you allow yourself to just be, then you can start to rise up, sitting a little bit taller, connecting a little deeper into what you have, into who you are. Let's take a few more deep breaths here, just allowing yourself to settle. If you'd like, you can even start to soften your mouth so your lips just gently part. You let go of some tension in your mouth, in your jaw, in your face. And as each little distraction, as each odd guest shows up, just invite them into your heart, into that space that you have, that endless amount of space. Feeling yourself become a little bit more expansive. In these times, it's easy to feel claustrophobic. It's easy to feel like we have to close off to protect ourselves. But in this moment here, see if you can start to feel yourself opening and just starting to expand out. Your body expanding, the breath expanding, even the capacity of your heart, capacity of your openness. Let's take 3 more long breaths here. Just allowing yourself to remain in that open space. Even if it's just for these 15 minutes this morning. Last breath here. And then as you come back to the presence of the room, you can start to blink your eyes open. Make any little movements that you might like to do here, stretching out your arms or maybe stretching out your legs. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe even stretching your arms up and overhead one last time. Stretching through your side body. And then as you come back through center, as you sit up tall, you can just bring your hands in front of your heart and just take a moment to bow to yourself. I want you to think about all the things that you've done that were out of your comfort zone in the last few weeks. And just let yourself soften to that. If that's not a testament of softening, of kind of rolling with what comes your way. So we bow to each other. I bow to you. I bow for your courageousness. Namaste. Thank you all for watching. I'm Nicole Traum. This was our Healthcare Hero Self-Care Moment, and I hope to see you back tomorrow. Bye.